As we discussed in the previous vlog, it was all about debatable essays. This time we are going to think, write and discuss about descriptive essays. As you all know that the first thing you get to see in an English language question paper are of course essays, and a very good essay writer is definitely going to give you more marks. So when we discuss about debatable essays, we have already discussed about how can we make them more innovative, more different from others. This time it's time for descriptive essays. But before we go to today's topic, we will like to tell you few things like, hi, I am Supriya Hajra, co-founder of SP's Tuition, Behala, Unique Park. And if you like to see more such videos which are going to be about education and with fun and a bit of tips about how you can make your exams and education more innovative, then do like, subscribe and comment on this channel. You will not regret. Now, returning to the topic, today we are going to discuss on descriptive essays. Before we start the topic, let me just remind you all about a small story. Do you remember the last time when you had really loved reading a storybook? I'm sure in this age of mobile phones and televisions and internet, many of us are forgetting this habit. But if you really want to write good descriptive essays, I feel you need to read more storybooks. This is first tips which I'll give you. The second most important tips is, of course, once again, as I said in the debatable essays, listen and watch a lot of television discussions, debate shows, which are going to give you the ingredients needed for adding up a bit of spice to your essays, be it debatable or descriptive. Now, what are descriptive essays? They are generally those essays where you are describing a particular journey, scene or any event. And for doing so, you need to have a certain sense of imagination, a certain sense of creativity to your writing elements. Like for example, if we think of a topic like travel to a zoo, you can just mundanely start in this way that when we went to a zoo, we saw this was such a beautiful experience and blah blah blah. Instead of doing so, you can also start it in a bit story way, but I'm warning you, it's not a story as the syllabus tells. I'm telling about a kind of introduction which can be a bit like a story starter. Like, it was the last time I remember when I visited a zoo and I was really scared because certain thing had happened. You can narrate a particular small story and then start the introduction in that way, go through it. In the next body, you can just narrate the entire zoo episode, and in the conclusion, you can just end up with such a note that the reader, who in your case is of course not a reader, but the person who is going to give you marks, are kept impressed. And in that way, you can earn more marks. So the third or fourth tips that I am going to give you is, of course, that when you write a descriptive essays, don't lose your track. Keep it tight, crisp, and very much like a story, so that the person reading it does not feel bored and he keeps on finding a new kind of passion while reading your write-up. The last point which I am going to definitely tell you is conclude in a way that the reader feels happy or feels a bit moved after reading your essay. Because you should always remember there are so many people who are competing with you on the same paper and they are going to write the same thing, nearly the same thing, which are going to be boring or which are going to be the same old thing which they have already written innumerable times. So as we check the papers, what makes us really interested while reading a descriptive essay is how you end it, how you keep the balance throughout, how you keep the entire writing in a very crisp and balanced way. Just like any journalist write their features or columns, you should keep a really interesting element to it. And these interesting elements are going to make it different from others. I hope with the exam seasons coming forward, you are going to love these videos and hopefully they are helping you out in solving your last moment preparations before exams. To see more videos, like, subscribe and ring the bell button for more videos and more fun. Here we go for a break today. Tomorrow we are going to bring another video. Bye.